Okay guys, this is the second bit of the, I suppose the Golden Spur mining tour. Well, this is actually Bedrock. The mine's actually called Bedrock. So I'll just spin you around. So what we're actually doing is we're working this gully. This is the top gully. I'll spin you around there now. We're working that front edge up there, and what we're finding is we open up a little bit of that ground. We stockpile the topsoil, of course. We open up that front edge, okay, and drag it back along this and spread it out through there. What we're finding, that front edge has got a lot, that clay layer has got a layer of gold in it. I won't walk all the way up there because at the moment with this rain, it's pretty boggy up here. So, but the lease goes a further kilometre or so, maybe not quite a kilometre, maybe 600, 700, 800 metres up the hill there. That's the tallest part of the lease. So what we're actually doing is we're working that with the excavator, which is just here. And we pull the material back along this flat here, detect it, and then move up another couple of metres. When we talk about this lease, we've got this side of the gully has got like these, I don't know what you call them, these pine trees. Then when you look at this other side of the gully, once you get past this little clump here, this side's all ironbark and gum. So it's a different structure, and I think that's why the gull's forming along this gully here. So as I'll just walk you down the front here if I don't bury myself in clay here. As you walk down this gully here, we've got a lot of this hard rock structure as I sink into the ground here. A lot of this hard rock structure running across the gully on that sort of angle, and a lot of it's got there's a couple of quartz veins that we've discovered there. Let me see if I can get out of here without killing myself. So the ground is pretty soft in places. That one there just went all the way up my boot, which is sensational. So again, there's another rock structure. So rock structure. So let me get onto firm ground here. So right, we're on firm ground. So all through this edge of this gully, right, we're getting nuggets all the way through. Okay, now nothing large. I think the biggest one was a 3.6 grammer just in here. Might have been actually just here, actually. I'd have to look at the map there, but right there. But all the way up there, there's probably, in this top gully, there's probably been 70 nuggets pulled out. And this is really the only area we're working with machinery. There's just this little area here. So about 70 nuggets, all stuff like 0.1s, 0.2s, all that sort of thing. So, but yeah, this is really the only area we're working. This area down here, as we walk down a little bit further, the previous owners, this hole here, there's now almost a little dam. This hole here was a 3-ounce patch. There was the biggest piece of gold came out of here. It was 3 ounces. So, but we're finding gold all the way around this, all the way through the next dam down, all the way around that dam, below the dam. So we'll just walk through there. I'll just pick the best path here. The ground has softened up dramatically. It was like digging into concrete, but with this bit of rain, the clay's turned to a bit of slop, really. But of course, with a bit of moisture, your detector goes a bit deeper. So we got the high banker set up here, right? So you can bring your high banker, petrol pump, right? We can run high bankers out here if you're into high bankers. I've even got that fella there to rent. So if you wanted to do that, this is our top dam. This is a very deep dam, which is good. So she hasn't started to overflow yet. She's got a long way to go to do that. But anyway, when we jump down below the dam here, okay guys, so once we go below this bottom dam, the top dam there, there's been nuggets found all through here, probably not quite as big. The bigger nuggets seem to be up a little bit higher, but I think the biggest down here was 0.6 or so, 0.7, but nuggets all the way through here. Probably 15 or 20 nuggets come out of here, and this is without any machinery sort of thing. So funnily enough, there's a few nuggets. We're walking down towards where the old wash plant is. Yeah, at the bottom of this ramp, there was 3 or 4 pieces found. So all through this area here, I think there was a little patch of nuggets in here, just along here. 4 or 5 nuggets came out of there. This is actually the area. We're coming to the bottom dam now. So this is the area here. We'll see if we can get over there without getting bogged. But this is the area. What we'll do is, this is the old wash plant here sort of thing. So let me just see how firm this surface is here. So, oh, it's pretty good. So we'll come up here. This is the other thing we're going to be doing, is there's the bottom dam there, all the finches and willy wagtails going through it. So there's the bottom dam. So what we've got is a big 3-inch pump, and for sluicing, okay, so you'll be able to sluice here. We're going to run the 3-inch pump from there. We've got 50 metres of hose all the way through this little gully here. It's a beautiful little gully. It was running this morning. So all the way up this gully, all the way back up to the, halfway up to the second dam. And we're going to run the water back down the gully, okay? So you'll be able to set your sluice up right in that little crevice in the bottom of the creek there. This has got gold on it, this little gully here. So there'll be a number of sluices we can set up through here. Good bedrock there, holding gold. Big heavy rocks with, it's all heavy material in here. So you'll be able to run your high bankers, your sluices here, just by the sluice by themselves. So basically that's the tour of the top half. I'm going to wander down the bottom now and take some video down the bottom here. You can, just to give you a bit of an idea, as I sink into a bit of soft clay here. There's the camp, of course. You see the old Acco truck and the vans down there. This gully also runs all the way down to the bottom there. So yeah, it goes a little bit further sort of thing. This is the old wash plant. I'm going to do another video on the old wash plant, how the process ran and all that sort of jazz, probably when we get the new wash plant. So righto, I'll head down the bottom and do the second half of this video and see if we can patch the two together. There's another boggy patch, so it's good to see some rain out here. I hope the farmer's got a stack too. So righto, I'll head down this bottom end, eh? Okay guys, there's the camp. Okay, we've just walked the other side of it. We're walking down to this bottom gully here. So the bottom gully, so basically the lease is just wrapped around 2 gullies. The top gully that we've just been up there, and then this bottom gully. I should have mentioned there's old timer workings up the top there as well. And then along this ridge here, there's a bit of a ridge going into the gully. There's old timer workings through there. I think it was worked in the, I don't think it was 18. Well, there would have been work in here in 1860s, 70s, but I think it was mostly work in the, not after World War I, 1930s, that sort of thing. So we'll just get a good view of what's going on in this bottom creek here. Fantastic little spots in a few spots here. This area through here has been, I'm surprised at how firm the footing is here on this clay. So this area here is, the previous guys have worked this area, very, very rich patches of gold here. We've pulled a couple of nuggets off this rock structure that runs across the gully here. A couple of nuggets off there. But then the other side, oh, that's going to be a disaster, but we're committed. So this is the clay that we're getting it out of. It seems to be out of, but I'll tell you what, when she's wet, your boot goes into her. End up about 20 feet tall. So so down into this creek bed, I think, whoa, that was wet. We might come up, we might go high here. Sorry guys. Oh. So as you can see, the boundary over the far side there, but this creek gully, all the way along this creek gully, nuggets have come out of it. all the way along. There's probably 20, 25 nuggets come out in the last couple of weeks out of this little gully, just in this hard bedrock bottom. So just an, you know, just a very, very rich area. Then it sort of come for a walk through the scrub here quickly. I don't want this video to go forever, but there's Tim there. He's doing a bit of detecting. A few of the boys are out here at the moment, so boys and girls. So all the way down this gully, we might just stick our heads out here. This gully winds down for another kilometre or so. You might be able to just make George out right down the distance there. So, but yeah, that, you know, there's nuggets come out of this area here, just off this orange. I got one that I'm working on up here, but there's a few nuggets that come out of here in the last little while. Now we've just looked at the gullies, and there is so much more ground up the top that hasn't had any, hasn't had a lot of work. So yeah, so that's basically the grand tour. So if you'd like to come out, we'd love to have you out here. We do stacks of training. We help people with machines. Most people, 99% of people that come out find a piece of gold. Sounds like Tim could be onto something there. He's on the track, so it'll be a bolt or a screw or one of the wheel bearings off my old Fergie tractor, probably. So, but yeah, so yeah, if you want to come out, I can really help you, educate you no matter what machine, any machine I'm relatively good at. We get into these, we pick our spots. If we got VLF machines, we probably go to a bit harder ground sort of thing into this bedrock and work this bedrock. We've got the pulse induction machines, we can put you onto some good spots. If you've got a sluice, we can run a sluice. If you've got a high banker, we can run a high banker. So a question I get all the time is whether you can run any sort of off-road vehicle, like a motorbike or a quad bike. That's generally a no-no. You certainly can't run it on the lease. However, I'm only allowed road registered bikes. So road registered stuff. So if it's road registered, I'm more than happy to have people drive off the lease and go exploring. So so that's no problem at all, road registered. But if it's not registered, no go, I'm afraid. So quads and off-road buggies and all that sort of stuff is no go. The other thing is, you can see the blue tape over there. That's actually the boundary of the lease. So we've taped that out. But just the other side of that is 4,000 hectares of Fossa King area. So you're not limited to just 33 acres. You can go and explore the whole 4,000 acres and just use here as a base camp if you wanted to. Come home in the afternoon, have a hot shower, don't have to drive an hour to Warwick, don't have to drive, well, it's not quite an hour to Warwick, but you don't have to go home. You can come here and pull up camp and no trouble at all. So that's basically the tour of the place. Come and join us. The campfire's on. The drinks around the campfire are always cold. So yeah. Okay, guys, if you got any questions, just give us a shout.